Hello Identity 5 gamers, it is time for another tournament in the summer to begin. We've already started watching IJL, it is now time to start watching some IVL as well. For those who don't know the difference, IVL is seen as the China League and IJL is seen as the Japan League. So we've already seen some of the Japan League recently because it started a little bit earlier. Now the IVL China League has begun. I'm really excited to see how the teams are doing this year in the summer. For some reason, they're not streaming on the IVL official channel anymore. I'm not really sure why. So we're gonna have to watch re-uploads on the CCC channel. I'm not really sure how edited it is, but it might be very fast-paced when it comes to the like builds and character picks and whatnot and the map selection. So we might just have to only really focus on the matches here, but we'll be skipping around. We're not gonna watch all the matches from IVL this summer, but we're gonna watch at least a lot of my favorite teams and see what's going on with everybody. Interestingly enough, I've been hearing that Clown hasn't played a lot, but not by Choai. Choai, unfortunately, is still not in the position to play Clown. It's just the joke of Choai's coach not letting him play Clown is going to continue. Anyway, before we get into it, I did want to pick up this adorable pet called Hoenn. It is so freaking cute. It is one of the tournament championship pets that Axis got for winning IGL. There's also the MRC pet as well. I think it has like a little something inside the crown that moves around. I'm not entirely sure, but I think the Hoenn pet is so freaking cute. Probably my favorite pet in the game now, honestly. I love the blue butterfly, even though it's like a pretty weak level pet. It's like a C tier or B tier pet. And I love like the little clock one as well. There's a couple other pets that are really cute. Usually like the object ones or the blue butterfly. But all the other ones I'm not really crazy about. But I love this freaking pet. So I'm going to get it with Echoes. I just think it's so cute. So gotta ride this big wave. I'll definitely be rocking this cute little Hoenn pet in some upcoming matches, so look forward to that. Anyways, with that being said, let's just jump right into the first match of IVL Summer. So here we go. Looks like the ban and pick UI is a little bit different from the JP, but we are going to be watching Wolves versus GR first. Now, I'm going to be completely real with you guys. I thought Wolves versus GR was what we were going to see in the finals of KOA 8. So it being the first match that we are seeing in IVL is quite exciting. Let's see here. We have a Novelist, Officer, Aeroplanist, and Perfumer going up against Goatman. Now, as a reminder, Goatman is considered to be the best hunter currently. Definitely much better than Hullabaloo right now. And GR Jin is out here. Once again, Nia is no longer on Team GR. Nia has moved to WBG while Alex has left WBG. So Nia we'll get to see once again, and Jin is out here, who's just going to go absolutely bonkers crazy. We have Wanted Order, Impact, Exhibitionist, Berserker, Trump Card, Detention. No fast pallet break on this Goatman at all. Let's see how Aeroplanist decides to cut this out. So far, so good from Jelly. Good jetpack usage. That was almost a hit. I want to say that was potentially the Goatman nerf right there in full effect. Does get a chip hit here real quick. We have a Flywheel Tide Arrow, Tide Knee-Jerk Perfumer, Borrowed Flywheel Novelist, and then Borrowed Tide on the Officer. So gets the full hit from the cage there. And once again, we are still rocking Triple Tide, which seems to be the norm nowadays. I don't think it's been happening as much in JP, but in CN it seems like that is still going to be the case. Oh, missing the hit there. Jetpack. This should be a cage kited here, and then Jin goes for the blink. I'm a little bit surprised to see the blink coming out here from the Goatman, but I guess it's just to either one, make sure the down is quick, or two, use it against a potential Perfumer, because surprising a Perfumer with a blink for first hit can be really annoying for Perfumers, because if they don't predict it, well, then they're kind of useless. They can only use their Perfume for just straight distance. Yeah, so far this is looking pretty standard right now for the for the I guess Goatman. Does get a hit on the Officer, quite good hit there on the Officer. By chasing this Aeroplanist here, they are losing out on one of their Tide Turners. Jin just loves swinging, dude. Jin just swings at everything is what I'm noticing here. Let's see this cage. Doesn't go for anything crazy, just goes for a regular cage. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful movement from Jelly, I must say. And the flywheel, is this going to be enough to cut it out? Nope, he puts it out into the cage, and that is going to be it. predicts the pallet drop, and gets the down. And the ciphers are a little slow, if you ask me. And Jin's gonna go basement. Oh, basement Goatman is really strong. Yeah, no, this makes sense. Even if they insta-rescue, he can still set up the wall, which he just did. Sets up the wall. Although he didn't really do anything with the wall, it seems. Oh no, he didn't do the wall. He just did a cage that surrounded them. Okay, so then why go basement? That's my question. Is he gonna try to get it on the perfumer? He won't be able to. Okay, so what was your plan in going basement if... Huh. Why go basement if you just die anyway? How strange. Well, anyway, he did swap to TP, so no more blink. Last ciphers are 50 and 14, so this is a pretty fast down, all things considered. I do feel like the cipher rush is a little bit slow from Wolves, but I think a lot of that was they wanted good positioning with their rescues. There's the TP going to 487 Novelist, or the Officer here actually instead. Doesn't get the best cage, now he's just gonna start swinging. Might just leave the Officer here now. Let's see. Is he gonna go after the Officer still? Yes, he is. He's thinking. He's definitely gonna. He definitely wants to commit to the Officer here, because once Officer goes down, he has nothing left. He has no more items, no nothing really, no nothing. Yep, down goes the Officer. 487 is gonna try to finish up the cipher, then probably go for the rescue. Oh, he's gonna Jin. Huh. I'm not really sure what he was trying to do there. Maybe he was trying to set up a double cage to be able to put the Officer inside, or like onto the cipher. Okay, he goes to the cipher. 3 cages, sheesh. Nice foul from the Novelist. We do have book still. Oh, he's inside. Oh, the book. 3 cages all for nothing. What the heck? What was that supposed to do? Jin? Interesting. I'm not entirely sure what that was supposed to be, but sure. Not the best. Oh, look at that movement! That shimmying across the wall, and the book is ready to get. Yo, 487 is buying so much time. Hasn't even got hit yet, dude. Finally gets hit, and it's a chip, so he can still grind up more book. And Jin's gonna start moonwalking, so he can't grind up as much book. Dude. 487 is so goated, bro. He just keeps kiting and kiting and kiting against a full price Goatman. I mean, he's did he just red light with the teleport? I could have sworn he just red lighted with TP. Huh. So he chaired. Oh, well, actually, this could still be bad because he's going to chair 487 on the gate. It's never good when you're the survivors to have a hunter chair on the gate, because that means you cannot open up that gate that they're chaired on. They have to go to the other one, which means the hunter will know what gate is trying to be opened by the survivors. So good on Jin for chairing over here. That's actually probably way smarter to chase the Novelist out over here. Force them to open up an entirely new cipher as well. But Novelist does have a book ready for endgame. They all do. Actually, Perfumer does not have borrowed time. So if she gets Terror Shocked, it's over. Goes to break the cage. That's fine. Sets up another cage. Okay, there we go. That was smart. Pop. There's the pop. Okay, beautiful. And it looks like he's going to chase the Perfumer first, who just uses straight distance. Oh no, he didn't get the cage that he wanted. And now Jin is confused. Oh, he's confused, all right. He's confused. He has no cage. He has no cage. He has to get this Perfumer down like right now. Jin is so confused. Oh, what's going on? Okay, that's gonna be a hit. He has to chair and then instantly TP. Is there a chair nearby? There is. I don't think it's gonna be enough. It's gonna be so close. It's gonna be so close. No, but Novelist has a book. TP instantly. He's not gonna TP. He's too scared. He's too scared of somebody waiting mid. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Where is 487 going? Huh? What's going on? Ooh. So Jin's too scared of this rescue happening, and I think 487 is too scared of there being a potential... Oh, TP? There's the TP. Now he knows. Too late, though. Too late. Yeah, it's too late. Okay, that was a little bit of a weird game. I think both sides are just playing very cautiously against each other. Now, moving on to round 1, second half, we have a completely different Survivor team out here. Mage, Explorer, Grave, and Puppet going up against Cho-Ai's Goatman here. I'm ready to see this Goatman. He actually is banning out the Meteorologist, a bit interesting. Interesting spawns here as well. Will Cho-Ai take the bait and spawn in the middle of them, or will he spawn somewhere else? He's not going to take the bait. But at this point, you end up committing to the Magician. So I don't know. Chasing the Magician. I don't know about this one. Again, it is considered to be a pretty good matchup for Magician versus Goatman. So I don't really know how I feel about this one. As for builds, we're going to see... It looks like Blinked Attention trump card on the Goatman. Seems like a lot of Goatmans want to bring Blink now, just because I guess people have gotten way more used to kiting him. So I don't know. That's a bit interesting. That's one cage kited already from the start. We have a it's a Magician with Borrowed Time Knee Jerk, Borrowed Time Flywheel on the Novelist, and then Borrowed Tide on the Grave and the Puppeteer. So interestingly enough, GR is very confident. They're bringing Borrowed Time against everybody here. And again, this was the matchup that I really wanted to see in KOA 8. Because GR survivors were absolutely insane, dude. They are just so freaking strong. And as we know, GR kind of has a bit of a reputation where they're not seen as the friendliest team. They're not exactly the friendliest team or the most sportsmanlike team. One more wand here. But Cho-Ai's domination outside of the finals needs to be talked about. His domination in KOA 8 was so insane. So I really want to see how he's doing here. Explorer is finally digging up a page here. Although I feel like we're pretty far behind on ciphers, which is interesting. I guess Explorer played very passively while digging up some of these treasures here. Does get Wanted Order on the Puppeteer, but Grave is going to come in here first. Choi will take a time to break a pallet here. No reason not to. And let's see. Yeah, Grave versus Goatman is just so freaking solid, because if you waste a cage and hit the Grave, break open his shovel, he can just break the cage and force you to do another one. Or he can just get a free rescue. Like, he just kind of, like, as a Goatman, you have to just wait. You just have to wait out the Goatman, or you have to wait out the Gravekeeper shovel, which can be very, very frustrating. Unlike other hunters that can, like, you know, hit it and then hit it again sometimes, or chip him out of the shovel. Goatman just is like, well, I have to use my ability to do something about this, otherwise I'm cooked. Oh my gosh, the speed from the Magician, dude. Sheesh. The speed from Mage is insane right now. And that Tide Turner didn't even feel that long either, I must say. Tide Turner did not feel very long at all. Ciphers are fine. Pretty standard pace, actually. Seems like the Ciphers are about the same pace as last game, I want to say. But yeah, again, in KOA 8, Cho-Ai basically like 3 to 4K'd almost every single team he went up against, except in the finals against Zeta. He didn't get worse than a 3K. And okay, a little bit of a stream error. This is not your Wi-Fi, don't worry. That's just a bit of a stream error right there. Gets the Mage down pretty quick. So again, it needs to be said that Cho-Ai, forgive my freaking loud chair. It needs to be said that Cho-Ai, in his matches, he tended to get kited a lot. Like, his first kite was always pretty long, right? It always took him a while to get his first target down. But his late game and end game, he played so incredibly well. He has a full energy bar. He should be able to TP here. Let's see. Will he swap to TP? Nope, he's just in a cage all the way over, maybe? He is. He's in a cage all the way to the Puppeteer. Saving his teleport. Wow. There's the Lewis. And he'll just, wow. He just let him finish the Cypher. That's kind of funny. Only Lewis, bro. Only Lewis. Okay, he just chips the Lewis, which is smart, actually. Because now he can just kill the... He could be able to just... Oh. Where'd he go? Lewis? Huh? Okay, Cho-Ai is lost right now. Cho-Ai is lost. Just put up a blocking cage. Don't even do an actual... Oh, man. The Cypher's primed. Oh, the Cypher's primed and Choi's out of energy. Oh, no. This is not great for Choi. Hit, pop. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is a draw. This is a draw. I don't think Choi can win this. Does use the Lewis. Lewis won't do anything. What is your plan, Choi? Okay, what? The patience? Dude, the Goatman hitbox adjustment is like it's so good. It is so good for the survivors, dude. There are so many moments where like people think his hitbox is better, but they just nerfed his hitbox by 0.25 meters, which is a lot. That's a lot of range reduction, dude. That is a huge amount of distance. It doesn't seem like a huge amount of distance, but it is huge. Trust me, it is huge, and it matters. All right, so it's time for round 2, first half. We got Opera Singer versus Patient, Wildling, Acro, and Embalmer. For some reason, we have the Wildling spawning in 2-story, which I think is a little interesting. I'm not entirely sure why entirely. But Jin is going to be chasing Patient at 4-stop. Again, Opera versus Patient at 4-stop. We have seen this many, many a time. We got Max Destructiveness with Panic, Detention, and Trump card on this Persona Web. Jin flies on down here. And Patient should use the first hook right here. Here's the first hook. There's the TP back. And this will be the first hit. Boop. There's the first hit indeed. Reminder that this is buffed Patient as well. So his hooks do come out faster. And he can now choose to vault or not vault something here. Yeah, Patient versus Opera at 4th has now maybe a slight better advantage for Patient post buffs. Jin's move with Opera, though, I must say, is very, very impressive. Does pallet break right here, and it looks like Jelly will be able to get that. Oh, it doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter. Jin is simply too fast. I think the nerfs might have actually, or the buff to Patient might have actually mattered there. I feel like Jin maybe could have got that hit onto the Patient. If he was able to, like, if he wasn't buffed, I guess I should say. Oh, the Wildling is already here. Okay, very early rescue from the Wildling, or at least coming in very early, which is fine because Wildling can kind of afford to. Coming on board and just sit there, and Opera really can't do much about it because he just outspeeds her even with how fast Opera is. He times the boar get off with his flywheel. Oh no, he doesn't have flywheel. He has knee jerk. He timed the board to get hit at the same time, so your board doesn't get hit, but you actually take the hit so you don't get terror shocked. Is very smart. And Patient dies on the corner. This is very standard. This is nothing that we haven't seen before. This is very, very standard game so far. It's just the only difference is even though we've seen Opera versus Patient at 4-stop every single time, this is very standard, but it feels very practiced. Where I feel like when I see Opera versus Patient at 4th, it feels practiced, but doesn't feel as like. I guess it's maybe the Opera doesn't feel as fast, whereas Jin's Opera is extremely fast, dude. Jin's Opera feels extremely fast. We do have full presence on this Opera Singer now as well. Look at this movement. There's not a single wasted second. Hits the boar. Actually, Jin can go for a double down here. I think Jin can afford a double down. Unfortunately, Jin will not be going for the double down, but I think Jin could definitely have afforded it there. You do have Blink, so if you hit the Wildling there, he has no boar guaranteed. And that, a messed up dash from Jin is unfortunate, but the Blink will finish off the Patient. We swap to the TP instantly, and that is actually a pretty early elimination, I should say. A relatively early elimination, because we still are lacking in about 50% Cypher progress. We're about 50% Cypher progress behind. More like 40%, but even then, 40% Cypher progress behind is, it matters a lot. It really does matter a lot. And it looks like we have started to work on the final Cypher while everybody else is rotating. Jin does unfortunately pass to the White Bomb. Not that it really should matter because there's nothing to interact with here. Gonna be chasing the Wildling here. However, the boar is about to come up at the perfect time and vault that, get on board, and boom, that is it. Now you're gonna be stuck chasing this Wildling, which I don't know if that's the best idea. Yeah, you really don't want to be chasing this Wildling. Oh, this Wildling buys so much time. He buys so much time for free, and Jin's like, I'm just gonna. Wildling's gonna be forced off his boar here soon. Yep, forced off the boar. He will be going down here because he's really, really slow. He has to basically win mind games here. He has to win mind games. Jin will set up some shadows here to his advantage. And it looks like the Wildling does predict it. XMX does predict it here. Goes down on the board and is like, okay, I can't kite this any longer. Let's die in a corner. Might as well buy as much time as possible. Yeah. Again, Wildling right there. Just a perfect example of why Wildling versus Opera is just probably her worst matchup in the entire game. It's Wildling versus Opera Singer. Because she just loves overwhelming people with pure speed, and Wildling's just like, nope, I'm good. I got my Pumbaa, and really? That is quite risky from Jin. You're gonna TP back. This is gonna force... Wait, what? Terror Shock? Pop? But now you can't dash, and the board is ready. So... Interesting. Okay, that's fine. There is no trait though, so as long as Wildling's doing the smart thing, he's like, okay, let me just die as far. Oh, the jukes, okay. He's just like, let me die as far away as possible from the gate. Have Embalmer open it. Embalmer fly wheels to the gate. Acro is bombing to the gate. 47 bombing to the gate just for distance. Yeah, there's no way Jin can do anything about it without a trait. That teleport was simply way too greedy. It was way too greedy. I think it was going to be a draw regardless, but having a TP here might have been a little safer. Then again, they still had Embalmer Coffin, so even if you tried to do like a down hit TP back strategy with the Opera, they could have just used the Coffin and it would have been for nothing. Here we go. It's time for round 2, second half. Same hunters, actually. Choai is rocking the Sangria here. We've got a Hollow Blue band, of course, and the team comp is, wow, interesting spawns, huh? Really weird spawns. The right side is normal, but the left side is a little bit different. Usually it's down and up with Wendy and Merc respectively. Try rocking the Toothpaste Accessory. You love to see it. We got Wiggins on the Wiggins skin with the Wendington. Kind of unfortunate that she's not getting chased, but yeah. So I made my opinion clear back in Koei 8. I currently think Choai is the best opera singer in the world right now. You can just look and tell by his movement. Choai's movement with opera singer is just so incredibly talented. I feel like Kakiri, Jin, and a couple other operas are very, very good, but I don't feel like Peter is the best anymore. Now we're gonna see Iron. Oh, not the jetpack that you wanted. You definitely wanted to get up onto the coaster, and now, unfortunately, that's not gonna be enough. Choai's gonna TP right to that shadow. It doesn't go away in time, which is really good for Choai. Will they go to third? No, they will not, because as you can see by the Cypher progress, if they turned on third, they would have a significantly less with the Rescuer. And the Aeroplanes does jetpack to the pallets here. Messed up a dash here with Choai. We do have Blink though. Well, we see the Blink being used. Beautiful Blink Terror Shock from Choai. Grabbing a little extra presence while you're at it. Now let's see here. We're gonna chair over here at second stop. Cyphers are looking pretty good. So Choai has a couple of things that you can do here. You can go to clean up some of these pallets over here, or you can try to cut off the rescue. It looks like Choi's gonna try to cut off the rescuer here instead. You do know that Heart is the rescuer of the team, and Heart is not working on Cypher Bridge, which is a little interesting. So what is the plan? They're scared of a backdoor rescue here from AK, and it looks like Novice is indeed gonna come in and get the first rescue here. Choi's respecting the book, not gonna do anything about it. Now that he's here, you can go for the swing. There's the swing, no Terror Shock happening. Will Novice use a book at all? Well. Huh? Choai wants to hit the Novelist down? Oh, they took the coaster, I see. Uh-oh, Choai might be in a little bit of danger here. The book is ready. The Novelist, the Orfeo, the Oreo skin. How? What? Oh my. There's no way. There is no way. This is not looking good for Choai. Heart is here. No, this is not looking good for Choai at all. Because he's in a losing position. He is 100% in a losing position right now. TP's back, hits the Merc. This is not good for Choai, dude. This is really bad. The Meteorologist is gonna heal up the Aeroplanist. Oh. So even if Choi wanted to switch targets back to that aeroplanist, he couldn't. And now it's Mind Game City here. Wow, that counts? That's crazy. It's going to be really close, dude. You're going to have to try to barely get this draw. But this team decodes so fast. There is a chair right here. I don't think that's going to be enough. Choi basically needs to find heart. If Choi doesn't find heart, it's a winning game. Or at least it's going to be really hard to draw. Oh no, does GR beat Wolves? Oh wait, this works too. Slow down the Cypher. Oh, is it going to be enough though? That's the question. Will it be enough? We have our cape. Merc's going to try to body block. Oh, it's not going to be enough. It won't be enough. They all have borrowed time too. Novice has a book ready too. It's not going to be enough. Choi needed to gamble finding heart. I don't think gambling to reduce the Cypher progress was enough. But then again, maybe you just don't know. We zoom up here. We TP down. We get the hit on the Novelist. But we're going to have to teleport somewhere. We teleport. The aeroplanist, that doesn't connect. Oh, okay. I don't think Choi can afford a TP back yet. He has to chair. Oh gosh, this is so risky. Wendy's clouding away. Novice will get up soon. She's gonna beeline it for the Novelist. She's gonna absolutely beeline it for the no. What? Where are we going, Choi? No, what Choi wants to, but the dungeon is there. Novice could just stay at the dungeon. Novice can use the book to pass through Choi. Oh my, Choi messed up a dash. Oh no. Wait, is that enough? It's not gonna be enough. Choi can stop him. No, it's not a... Oh no, Choi. Oh no, the preemptive swing. Oh, just barely, Choi, just barely. Wait a minute. No. They swapped out Choi. Ain't no way they swapped out Choi, dude. They swapped out Choi for Wolfstar. Oh no, Choi. Oh, Choi, what's going on, buddy? Choi. Oh. I feel bad. Alright, we're gonna see Yavi coming out here. I don't know their full name, or if they have one. But it looks like they got Ivy with detention, Inso, and Blink. Pretty standard. Going up against Flywheel borrowed on Weeping? Flywheel borrowed Weeping and Postman. Borrowed Knee-Jerk Psychologist, who's currently running into Yavi, huh? And then a borrowed time Tide on the Finn, because Finn's cutting is so good. So I guess they're expecting Ivy with this new Hunter. I have not seen Yavi before, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't believe I've seen them before. We are going to possess the Finn just to reduce the Cypher Rush. So far, this Ivy looks pretty decent. This is like a standard Ivy pace so far. I'm just surprised that Choi is not playing. I just don't know. I wonder what's going on with Choi. Because again, he was so dominant, and now I don't know. I just wonder what happened to Choi. We're going to slow down that Cypher now. We're going to repossess onto the Psychologist here soon. Look at the heart rates on the team. Oh my goodness. Everybody's panicking on Team GR except for AC. Oh no, never mind. That's the Hunter. Wait, what? Everybody on Team GR is panicking, but Yavi is chilling. 65 heart rate? Oh, the unlucky pallet positioning. That was tough. That's interesting. Everybody on Team GR is panicking, dude. Their heart rates are so high. The Finn support? And finally goes down. But that's a lot of Cypher progress. 70, 20, 37, 150? That's a lot of Cypher progress sped out. That is a lot of Cypher progress. And Yavi is still chilling. 67 heart rate, dude. That's kind of crazy to me. That is kind of crazy. 62 BPM, dude. Okay. Easy hit onto the Finn. Ada's gonna go to the popcorn ball. But we don't even need to possess her. We can just repossess next turn. Never mind, you have full presence. You definitely want to repossess her. Possession will be ready now. Boop. 60 something, 66. Iron dodges both Wait, what? Huh? Wait, what? Wait, hold on. What? Dodged both scares. Clicks whistle for some reason? That had to be a misclick. That had to be a misclick. I refuse to believe that was anything but a misclick. What? Because there's no reason to ever whistle there. That had to have been a misclick. Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was definitely a misclick though. I mean, right? Was it a misclick? Okay, buying a little bit of time with the Weeping Clown. Wait, but they play on mobile. On mobile, don't you have to drag and drop the Psychologist whistle? So like, it's not just a button. Because on PC, you press the button and then you press somebody. I can't. There's no way that was a. There's no way that was a. I'm confused. Okay, free rescue with the Weeping Clown rocket, which is really good. Not the best body block from Heart. Why are we heal stalling at 40% Cypher progress? Hello? Oh, it was probably trying to heal stall to get his rocket back on cooldown. Maybe that's what it was. Okay, regardless of whatever happened with that Psych Whistle side, I really don't know what's up with that. One target is eliminated, 51 on the Cypher, 30 on the Cypher. This is good. They actually have quite a bit of a head start when it comes to the late game Ivy setup here. I'm just a little confused as to why, as to what that Psychologist whistle was. Do we see the dog come back? Wick? Yavi is just being very patient, waiting out the Wick. I'm not really sure what the other two are doing. It looks like Weeping Clown is starting up a final Cypher while the Finn is going to be doing something else. I'm not really sure where the Finn is. The Finn is kind of just running around, trying to force out a fly out for the Postman. Postman does not fall for it, though. Continues on running, just with his little speed letter there. And now we're going to swap targets to... Nope, not going to swap targets to Heart. Okay, interesting. Postman does break the tablet in time because of the IV nerfs. Those tablets break super, super fast now, especially when one person is dead. They break extremely fast. And that is going to be a down with full presence. 50 and 50 on the last two Cyphers. So Heart needs to be the one to come in for the rescue. Finn needs to decode. And Finn, if he gets the ball set up correctly, I think maybe AC... I just saw AC drop a ball. AC should hopefully have the ball set up correct here. Oh no, he doesn't. He messed it up. Can he do it here? Can he do it? I don't know if he can do it. I don't know if that's possible. There's the Wick Dog. I don't know if it's possible to... I know the Finn ball trick is only possible in certain areas, on certain Cyphers. So maybe he couldn't get it there. So he left his ball there for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. I guess he just did it for distance. But he still has another ball to work with. 76, 34, 50, 53. Although everybody's pretty much out of items. We have no items on the Weeping. Letter and Wick are both on cooldown for Postman. And Finley has one ball. And now they're continuing to work on the Factory Cypher with Heart. I mean, this should be a draw. This should be a draw. Finn actually used the ball to get back to the Shack Cypher here. GR's playing very well versus Ivy. They're constantly working on Cyphers. They're constantly working on Cyphers. No matter which one she's pressuring, they're constantly focusing her attention to one of the Cyphers. And now that 51 is going to keep rising and rising and rising, and she's going to have to start pressuring down that one. The good thing here is Postman's Letter and Wick are recharged, so if she tries to commit for him, he does have resources. Weeping doesn't really have anything, but he is at full health. And Finn has something as well. So to the two characters that are at half, have something to deal with, or have something to work with here. We might see a Wick. No Wick being used with the Postman. Okay, that's unfortunate. They all do have borrowed, though. Will we see the pop? We will see the pop in time. And the Blink will be ready very soon. Now we're going to enter Ivy endgame here. Did he miss his Wick? Oh, no, he sent an Exegate letter. He sent an Exegate letter. We'll see a Wick here. Wick! Oh, and oh, no! Misses the Wick and cancels the attack recovery. That is not the best. But I think with Flywheel, the Weeping Clown should be able to make it out. Let's see. With the Flywheel, there's the ball too. Flywheel's 54. That should be enough. Even with Blink, it won't be enough. Barely getting the draw. Another draw, dude. Another freaking draw. My goodness. Well, well, well. Looky here. Guess who it is? It's Bonathan. So Bonathan is coming out here because Bonbon, to my knowledge, currently has the lowest loss rate in the game right now. He currently has... Oh, we don't know too much about his draw and win rates, but I do know that he has, like... He loses less than any other Hoenn in the game. Not that he's winning more, but he's losing less. Because of his new buff, he's so good at getting draws. And here's the thing. If Wolves wants to see a round 4 situation, they need to 3 escape here, no matter what. We're also going to see Rage, Sadist, Wanted Order, Detention, and Trump card on this Bonbon. And he saw Jelly! He saw Jelly! Oh, he saw Jelly. Oh, dear. Yeah, oh yeah, it's going to be a Tide, Borrowed, Grave, Flywheel, Borrowed, Explorer, and Finn, and then Full Kite, Prospector. Prospector's already here for support, beating up this Bonathan, but Explorer's dead? He died already? Jelly? That kite, oh my gosh. And guess what? Jin can break these paws and then start pressing buttons. If he really wants to. Press a button, yep, press a button here. Drop a bomb, press another button. Drop a bomb, press another button. We'll see. No? Oh my gosh, the Sadist. Bomb. Bomb. Okay, bomb. Hit. Chip. No down though, no down. Which is good. Oh, he wants to down the... Oh, never mind, that's just Explorer. And nice fly out from the Explorer. We do have a time bomb right here. Huh? Yeah, there's not much you can do in that area. That just covers the entire freaking area. So this Bonbon's at full present. And look at these disgusting ciphers, dude. Wolves is cooked. Wolves is 100% cooked. If Jin didn't find the Explorer that easily, that quickly, I feel like there are better spots for Explorer to hide than in that one corner. I don't know. And presses one button because with one button, that's all you're going to need with Sadist for him to just die. So the second that timer is up on the Bonathan, it's over. I don't even think D-King's going to rescue. Although D-King might have to rescue. They need to 3. Oh my gosh, is that Max Sadist? The Explorer's always dead. The bomb doesn't even matter. He has Max Sadist. All right, I think that's either 1 or 2 stacks of Sadist. I don't know if that's Max Sadist. That's either 1 or 2 stacks of Sadist. Oh, Sadist is disgusting, bro. And now we're chasing down this Grave. Chips the shovel. And misses the chip on the shovel again. Chips the shovel and kills the Grave. And it's still at 5 ciphers and 1 person is still dead. And Basement is here. Oh no, they need a 3 escape, so they have to rescue. They have to rescue Basement Bonbon, bro. Basement Bonathan. Why did they buff this thing, bro? Why did they buff this thing? What were they thinking? Button, 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 button. He pressed it 5 times? Why press it 5 times if you're just gonna instant hit? Huh? Jin? Why did you press it 5 times if you're just gonna instant hit the Prospector? I'm confused. Oh my. Oh my gosh. And now Finn has to come rescue. Because they have to rescue. They have to. Maybe Jin just hit that button that many times just to speed up the rescue, to be like, hey, if you wait too long, I'm going to have more bombs. Get the rescue now and speed up the pace of the game. That might be what his plan was. Because it's like, oh, if you wait too long, not only will there be more pressure, but I can just hit you now, force the rescue very early. Oh my gosh. Okay. He chipped the Finn. He chipped the Finn. He flywheels the next chip. Gets the rescue. There's another chip. Minimizes the stun. Kills the Prospector. Finn goes up. But the Prospector is still in Basement. He's still in basin. The Finn has to do something crazy. I don't know what he can do, but he has to do something crazy. He has to get the rescue. Oh, he just left. Okay, well, they lose. That's it. They lose. They lose to the Bonathan. They lose to the Bonathan, bro. And gets the chip. Bro. Jin's Bonathan. He'll TP? Nope, he's gonna try to kill D-King first. Well, that's it. They already lost. They have already lost. He's just throwing out stuff and praying for a miracle at this point. He's like, I know this guy's got tons of distance on me, but there's literally no reason to do this. There's literally no reason not to. D-King goes down. Do we see a TP and slug? He's gonna slug. Oh man, those persona buffs can't hit sooner, bro. So as a reminder, in about, I think by the end of June, we are going to be getting a new persona web adjustment, as well as some other new adjustments to the game. One big thing is slugging is being heavily nerfed. So in this position, Grave would not be able to hide here. Every 30 seconds, the Grave would get an alert when 2 people are left. And every single time that you hit down a survivor, they get 25% more to their bleed out timer. And I believe the bleed out timer doubles. It goes twice as fast. So, situations like these are going to be very, very nice because bleed out gameplay will no longer happen. However, I think we're just gonna skip and skip and skip and skip and skip and skip and skip because we already know that Wolves has lost this set. GR did beat them, and I really don't want to watch slug out gameplay for like 3 hours. They actually did get a bot to heal themselves, which is pretty interesting. But we're gonna keep on skipping, keep on skipping, keep on skipping, keep on skipping, and boom. To nobody's surprise, the slug out gameplay wins in GR's victory. Okay, so congrats to GR. They won, they beat Wolves. Not really what I was expecting. I was really hoping to see if Wolves could, continue their domination from Koa 8. But looks like GR was the winners. Moving on to the second set of day 1. Something interesting here. GG is not playing Xiaoma first. It looks like Xiaoma's now going to be their backup hunter. And now we have somebody named Q or Chiu? Xiu? Is it Xiu? It might be Xiu. I actually don't know 100%. But they're going up against WBG. And as you can see, we are very familiar with the WBG players here. We have Guoker, Hui, and Persica. However, we have Coating here right now instead of Hoenn. Now, I don't know if Hoenn is going to be quitting WBG. I've heard rumors. But right now, Hoenn is just unable to play currently due to the injury from Koa 8. I believe Hoenn is still recovering. So, whether or not we see Hoenn continue to play on WBG is an unknown. But we're going to see Persica Mechanic take the kite right now. Persica Mechanic, once again, very, very strong mechanic. Everybody knows Persica's Mechanic to be very, very strong. She does stream quite a bit, playing Mechanic quite a bit. Oh, look at the movement there from Persica, using every last wall on red shirts here to her advantage. Does need to be said that this is not the most advantageous map for a Goatman. Will we see a flywheel here? A beautiful flywheel used from Persica, and will that be enough for a cage to be kited out? It is not, unfortunately, just barely not enough. But so far, the kite is already very good. Persica has done very, very well. And has her bot out as well. It looks like Guoker is here. A forward, I just realized. This is a forward to help support the mechanic. Interesting. Huh, yeah, forward is considered to be round 1 viable in this meta now because he actually matches up decently well into Goatman and Hullabaloo. Because look, Goatman can't do anything to this forward unless he wastes a cage, which means he buys a ton of time for free to force a cage. So here we're going to probably see a cage to lock off the forward here. And if the forward's super crazy, he might be able to do some crazy stun here. We'll see. I don't think he will. But look at that. Just the forward's presence alone means the Goatman needs to wait even longer to chair. And has no energy now. Absolutely no energy. And cannot use abnormal. So Persica is going to start the last cipher with her bot. They are already on the last cipher, even though it's only 2 minutes into the game. 3 ciphers are being worked on. The forward can just buy as much time here as possible. Gets a decent, not really a good stun, honestly, onto the Goatman there. We might see Guoker continue to duo kite with Persica here, just to support her as long as possible. And oh, nice positioning from Shu here. Again, I don't know if that's how you pronounce their name. So comments I would very much appreciate if anybody does know. Definitely be sure to correct me. We get a good trade out here, but unfortunately because it's Goatman, Persica will not be going down because of the half health damage here. Kalos does whistle to the forward, and look at these ciphers. Oh my goodness. These ciphers are absolutely amazing. They are ciphering so fast. It's been 3 minutes and they're almost done with the ciphers. This is the power of mechanic. And I can barely even tell what's going on. And Shu doesn't have enough cage energy to stop the forward. And they're double rushing the last cipher. Finally uses a cage here. But this is only going to be the second chair. And he can just stun on chair if he really wants to. Will you see him stun on chair? He's not even going to stun on chair. Okay, they finished the cipher, and now Persica can go put her bot on the gate. I think that's what they want to do. Gokurt wants to buy enough time to put the bot... Oh, the bot's going to be the one to pop? Oh, I don't know about that. But I guess that's fine. Bot will pop, and then other people will get ready up for the gate. Kind of funny that this entire team has no borrowed time, though. So that needs to be said. Let's see here. Psych is coming in here to body block for Persica as well. Let's see it. Rescue, 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 rescue. They should just pop. I feel like they should just pop. Just pop. Persica, you gotta pop. Persica, pop the cipher with your bot. Thank you. Okay, interesting decision making. Persica will flywheel, just try to dying as far away as possible, I suppose, here. Okay, I'm not really entirely sure what that was all about. Looks like he does put up a guard cage just in case the forward was nearby, and he's gonna get greedy. But both gates are open. That's gonna be a 3 escape. Wait, what is Hoenn doing here? Wait, Shu didn't see. What? He didn't. What? What? Huh? Sure. Okay. Not what I was expecting, but good stuff from WBG, getting a 3 escape in round 1 first half. They cipher us that Goatman so hard, bro. And moving on to round 1 second half here, we have Nie. Nie has returned, the best Ivy, in my personal opinion, the best Ivy in the world, rocking Ivy in round 1 here. Not gonna be going to Goatman. Again, Goatman not the best. Wow, what a weird spawn. Right next to the wall. But Goatman not the best on red shirts. I do think Ivy is a much better pick for red shirts here. And when you are Nie, your Ivy is just absolutely insane. So it's really good to see Nie back in action. We didn't get to see Nie at all since IVS of last year, which is kind of sad. We didn't get to see Nie at all in KOA 8. Despite being on Team GR, they decided to only put in GR Jin and never once use Nie. So once again, it is a little sad to no longer see Alex on Team WBG. However, if you guys don't know, there was a lot of tough situations that Alex was put in. He wasn't exactly treated very well on the team. He had to come up with a lot of the strategies on his own when it comes to Hunter, and the coaching and management from WBG has been we all come to find out that they're not really the best with their management. So wow, officer, hello, what are we doing, bro? The Ivy's right there. Pay attention. That's some greed from Kuchao right there, I must say. Does use the pocket watch so he can't get possessed by the Ivy, which is very smart. But it's only gonna last for a while, is what I guess I should be saying here. Now we can possess here. Maybe. Maybe. There's the possession. 100, and wait a minute. Oh, that's not enough. The 100 was forced out. That means Archer can kite a lot longer, actually. Drops the God Palette too. Nie no longer has Blink. This isn't really looking too good, honestly. And plus, with an officer being the one that you're chasing, and they still have 2 backup rescuers, this could be rough, especially with how long his chair time lasts. I don't feel like Nia's going to get more than a draw from this one. But I guess that's all you're really looking for. But yeah, you know, Alex has been trying to quit for a while. I think, to my knowledge, his teammates, he never had any, like, bad blood with the teammates, but his coach was very unhelpful. Okay, not the best mind game there. The coach is very unhelpful to Alex. Alex pretty much, whenever the new hunters would come out, he would come up with all the strategies by himself. He had no help from the coach at all, to my knowledge, or very little help from the coach, or he had like begged the coach for help just to like even get a small fraction of help, because I guess they were too busy focused on the survivors. The management didn't want him to quit, even though Alex wanted to quit. Everybody was being so mean to Alex because he wasn't the strongest hunter performance-wise, and it's kind of sad because it wasn't even his fault. But do you see the gardener using a perfume here? Interestingly enough, just to stall for some time here. And it's kind of funny, I thought it was actually a perfumer. But yeah, it's gonna be Lady Truth. Explorer finishes a cipher here. And with Officer's long chair time, again, they're buying so much time. Bubble plus knee jerk equals free rescue. That was scary. That's gonna be a down onto the gardener here. Yep, gonna be a double down. Unfortunately, probably spent a little too long. Pipisha there spending a little bit too long. Pressure on those ciphers. What are you doing, officer? He really wants that chest, huh? I don't think he's gonna be able to get it. He really wants that chest though, huh? He really wanted that chest. Oh gosh. Okay, well they're gonna be on the last cipher here. Puppeteer can come in for the next rescue. And then they're gonna leave Explorer and Garner post self-heal to finish up these ciphers. Once again, only one borrowed time on this team, and it is of course the first officer, which I find to be a little interesting. That first officer is the only one with borrowed time. I mean, it does make sense in round one. It does make sense for the rest to be the only one with borrowed time, but like, I don't think he's going to be able to use it in this situation, which is kind of unfortunate, especially since Nia is choosing to slow down the ciphers right now by committing to the Explorer here. In other news, I think that's all that really needs to be said with Alex. Most people are very, very happy that Alex was fortunately able to quit WBG, because he wanted to quit for a while, and there were signs that we didn't even know if he was going to be able to, or if he was going to be even allowed to quit. But luckily, in the end, he was able to quit his position, and now he's just kind of, I think he just streams now, which is nice. So even though we'll be missing Alex, it is better for him, his mental state, and we can thank him for, you know, all the years of IDV comp that he's given us, because, you know, even if he wasn't super strong in his later years, he was still undoubtedly one of the strongest hunters that we've ever seen in IDV, which it just needs to be said. But yeah, now we see Nie following in the footsteps of Alex here, taking on the reins of WBG's new hunter, and doing a pretty decent job so far. I mean, this looks like it's mostly likely gonna be a draw, especially after WBG's 3 escape in round 1. A draw is all they're going to need to secure a round 1 win here. My goodness, my mind is all over the place today. You can hear me ranting and scrambling and stuttering, and sheesh, why was that gardener so fast? Why was PB so fast, dude? Wait a minute. Is this a 3K? This has 3K potential. It actually does. Wait a minute. If you wait and full pres the Explorer, actually, you can just blink down him. Oh. Yeah, that's a 3K. That's it. Nia gets a 3K. I'm not entirely sure what GG's plan was here, but that's a 3K. I'm not really sure what was going on with GG's endgame there, but Nia took advantage of it, got the 3K, and now they have a pretty solid lead. Now look at this. It's time for round 2, first half. Nia up here once again, picking Opera Singer on Chinatown. But no Hullabaloo. Nobody wants to play Hullabaloo anymore. It seems like Hullabaloo's nerfs just hurt way too much. Having, like, I think it's jumps that take longer to charge, clones that take longer cooldowns now, and the fact that he only has 2 jumps instead of 3, yeah, they really hurt Hulla, bro. They really hurt Hulla. We got max pallet break with panic. Pretty interesting that we have no berserker here as well. So it seems like that is what operas really want to run now, is because pallet spam is so useful against them. They decide to just go, why not? Let's just go max pallet break, bro. Who cares? Let's go Unga Bunga max pallet break. Who needs berserker, bro? I'm just so fast, I'll catch up anyway. Now let's see here. We have Tide, Borrowed, Grave, who's taking Kite right now. Tide knee jerk on the, wait. Is it a lucky guy? That's a lucky guy. GG rockin' lucky guy. 18 rockin' lucky guy. We have Borrowed knee jerk, Psych, and Borrowed flywheel anti. Okay. Pretty interesting team. I wonder why they chose Grave. I know they don't have an officer anymore, I'm pretty sure. But why did they choose Grave and not Mercenary if they know it's going to be Opera? I feel like Grave isn't the best versus Opera, but then again, performing decently well so far. Will Nia blink past this? I don't think he will. I'm a doofus. He blinked past it. Can't Grave get back into the shovel? Oh, no, he doesn't have a shovel anymore. I'm a doofus. Red light here. Yeah, these windows kind of hurt Opera quite a bit. You pretty much just vault these windows over and over and over again 1,000 times until you die. And Kucha goes down. Oh, that's a fine kite, honestly. That's a fine kite here. We do see that Lucky Guy got bot and gun, so his bot is going to decode the Cypher while he can potentially come in and get the first rescue. Onto this Gravekeeper here. He does have Tide. Tide knee jerk, Lucky Guy here. With the gun will be very, very helpful as well. So, yeah. Basically a mini mechanic right now. Basically a mini mechanic right here. Especially after Lucky Guy's buff where all his 50% items are now guaranteed to be in the 50% category, I guess. That was something I kind of forgot about Lucky Guy, one of his buffs, where no gun usage. Okay, actually, no, that makes sense. No gun because the Tide Turner. Makes sense. But when Lucky Guy tries to wish for something that is worth 50%, or there's a 50% chance of getting a chance to be successfully wished, it will always be something in that 50% category, whether it be bot, gun, pocket watch, etc. And I believe he can no longer get a syringe from a failed wish, which is pretty nice, actually. So Lucky Guy buffs really do help him out here in tournaments. So makes him a little more consistent despite being a relatively luck-based character. Nice stall from Pipisha, the Antiquarian here. Okay, trying to bid out a flywheel or something here. And it looks like Pipisha will be trying to keep the... Oh, that's unfortunate. Attempting to keep the Gravekeeper alive, failing to do so, unfortunately. Grave should be able to make this pallet drop. Oh, nope, not quite. Not going to make that pallet drop. Will we TP back for the anti? Nope, we're going to chair the Gravekeeper first, get him out of the match no matter what. That does make sense. Cypher is 58 and 63. And then the Psychologist is going to whistle to the Lucky Guy here. Probably because they want the Lucky Guy to go for the rescue with that gun. Doesn't make sense, honestly, if you ask me. But these Cyphers aren't really too far away for the Opera to pressure. She does have a cape to work with here as well. Yeah, look at this. Look at this movement here now. Look at this movement. All the way inside Hotel to pressure the Psychologist Cypher. And that window's going to be breaking sometime soon. That's a very strong window, but once it's broken, Hotel becomes far weaker. Needs to be said. Two people aren't decoding right now. They still need about 50% Cypher progress left. Which isn't really that much to finish, but it's on two different Cyphers. And two people are at half. Nie looking like they're gonna win this one once again. Do we spot out the Lucky Guy here? Nice pallet stun. Very beautiful pallet stun from the Lucky Guy, I must say. Go 18, go! Show them that you are the deduction substitute! Oh, well, that's a bit unfortunate. Two pallet stuns from 18 here. We still have our gun as well. And we're still going to be pursuing after 18. Interesting. I'm pretty sure you make that. Never mind, you don't make it. Okay. Decides to use the gun instead. Buys a lot of distance here. Now we TP to Pipisha here. One more. Okay, now the window's going to be broken here. Now the window is 100% broken. Will we see a quick 1, 2, 3? One. Just one. Okay, just one. Antiquarian broke. Don't drop the pallet just yet. Be patient. Be patient. Boop. B-bar patient. Be patient, Pipisha. Ooh. Okay. The flywheel. Boop. 5. Okay. Anti broke. Uh-oh. Just eat the hit. Just eat the hit. Yep, just eat the hit. Eat the hit. Go back to Hotel. And with the flute jump / one more stun, we should be able to have enough time to finish up the Cyphers. Lucky Guy finishes his Cypher, going back, TPing to the Antiquarian. Pipisha here. Yep, the Cypher's primed. Not much you're gonna be able to do here. Pipisha's gonna eat the hit, probably go upstairs. Huh? What, Nie? Huh? What are we waiting for? Nie's waiting for TP. Nie's waiting for TP. Nie wants TP back. That makes sense. Yep, Nie wants TP back. Oh, pop here. Pop here. Yep, there it is. I don't know why Pibisha took so long to just get to that pallet. That was kind of strange. I feel like you could have gone up to that pallet beforehand, but maybe they didn't know if it was there or not. I don't know. But yeah. Unfortunately, Nia will have TP ready. And there's the swing for Pibisha and gonna go down here. But the gate is open. The gate is indeed open. Nia knows this because it takes 20 seconds for the exit gate to open. But can Unicorn get there in time? What? What? Huh? Okay, that's a lineup. That's a lineup. That's a lineup. Okay, that's a lineup. The Psyche is in danger. She got found out. All she can do is pray and get dungeon. That's it. Wait, but Nia messes up the dash. That's such a huge. That's her chance. This is her only chance. The missed dash. No, Nia should still be able to get her. She's gonna have to win a mind game. He has cape. No, she doesn't make that pallet, does she? No, the pallet's already dropped. Oh, it comes down to a mind game. It comes down to a mind game. And Nia wins it in the end. Another 3K from Nia. Beautiful work. 2 3Ks back to back. Oh boy, what a meta we are in, because now we see Wax being played in round 2. Round 2 Wax from Shiu here. No Opera. I mean, Opera was banned. Opera and Goat were banned, so no Hulla and no Ivy. They'd rather pick Wax over Hulla and Ivy. Isn't that crazy? Maybe it's just preference, and I know Wax is quite good on Chinatown, but even then, you gotta deal with some annoying characters like Explorer if you don't have Warp, but she does have Warp actually. Not Explorer, Embalmer. If you had no Warp, that would have been really annoying. And then Finn. Finn can get so much distance on you. Now let's see here. Detention, Trump, Fast Pallet Break, Panic. No Berserker. I wonder why the Hunters aren't bringing Berserker anymore. Maybe they just don't see that it is helpful? I don't know. But even on Chinatown, bringing Max Pallet Break is a little interesting, because there's not many pallets that are really OP on this map. There's like maybe 4 to 5 really good pallets. Usually when I play Hunter, I bring no fast pallet break on this map at all. But then again, maybe that's just because it's rank, and in Tourney, things don't always go the way you want them to, and you kind of need that fast pallet break, because fundamentally this game is still very survivor-sided outside of the strongest Hunters in the game, of course. Wax gonna be doing his Wax thing. The Cyphers are moving very, very fast. Explorer doing a great job of, you know, blocking off. He could have actually fly with that, but doing a very good job of kiting around here in this area. We do see a Warp on top of the Explorer, and this should be the down, unless he goes for some crazy flywheel. Flywheel here. There's the flywheel in front of the drop down hit. 96, and now he will go down. Okay. Well, for an Explorer, that's a pretty good kite. We do still have, what is this? Two no BTs here. We have Borrowed Tide Merc, Borrowed Knee Jerk Finn, Full Kite Embalmer, and then Tide Flywheel Explorer. So they definitely wanted to use Explorer as a Tide backup character. Not going to be able to get the chance to do it though, which is fine though, because they already do have another Tide sort of built into their team with the Coffin. So now the question is, how will this rescue go? Hui is coming in here, and that's a pretty easy standard rescue for the most part, and now we're just going to keep shooting in Wax onto the Explorer. Without really thinking about much here, he might actually be able to... Interesting. Might actually be able to get full presence off of this Explorer here. We might see... Let's see. With how long Tide Turner lasts, there's a chance. Oh, no, he won't be able to. Very, very smart. Breaking line of sight. Even though it doesn't necessarily matter in terms of your own health, but you do not want to give another hit to the Wax Artist and give him full presence, because that would make the next rescue very, very difficult. We could also just see a very easy sell, because if you sell here, the Ciphers will go up, your damage will stay minimum, and the Wax will most likely get a draw. So the Cypher Rush is very, very strong. Once again, seeing how the meta changes post-Koa is so interesting to me. That Hullabaloo is barely even considered an option nowadays. He really isn't even considered an option by these players. They want to just go with stronger options, which I find to be a little interesting. Now, again, that doesn't mean to say that Hullabaloo is completely worthless, but it might just take a little more effort, right? The meta is just in a really, really weird spot right now, and the Hullabaloo nerfs are undoubtedly very impactful. We do see a teleport straight to Hoenn here, the mercenary, and takes a boatload of wax. Jeez, 52 wax. Has to use the elbow pad here, staying in hotel. An interesting decision. This is a bit of a double-edged sword here because you chase the mercenary who is at half health, which means it takes a little less time for you to get your second hit. Or you only need to get one hit on him to finish him off. However, you're now also chasing in the strongest area once again that still hasn't even been fully used up. There still are a few more pallets here to use for this mercenary here. Wax breaking every last pallet. And with the double elbow pads, this is still a pretty long kite. And I don't think Wax can win. Because all you have to do is send Guoker for the rescue. Persica can finish popping the Cypher. If Shu moves on over to Persica and tries to lock the Cypher or something, you do have the Coffin to potentially use for later. This is going to be a draw. Oh, they just pop. Wow. Okay, they don't even go for the rescue. Interesting. Wait, but why? Why not rescue? If you send in the Finn and Merc both have borrowed. Is it because of the Coffin play? Because Persica can just open up the gate without too much trouble? Persica's gonna embalm the Finn, I'm guessing? Yeah, embalms the Finn, which forces the mercenary to take kite. And I guess they just assume that Hoenn can last long enough here, which is interesting. Yeah, Hoenn just needs to start looping. Just needs to get to a good spot and start looping this wax. 72, 97, and boom, that's it. Okay. He'll chair the Merc, and that's going to be a draw, but that's not enough. Won't be enough. If you TP, no matter where you TP, you lose. Oh. If you TP, you lose. Like, he can't TP. If he TPs to Persica, he loses. If he TPs to the Finn, he loses. Because then Persica gets the backdoor rescue. So no matter what he does, his TP is useless. So they win. WBG wins. Good stuff. WBG beating out GG. Good stuff. Good stuff. That was a good set. Too bad about the wax game, though, but good set. All right, and that is going to be it for today. We watched 2 sets today. Pretty good sets, honestly. I actually did see that the next set will have a Hollow Blue and a batter in it in round 1, Sand Batter from FPXDQ, and we're gonna get to see DX again this season, which I'm really excited for because we didn't get to see DX in KOA 8 outside of regional qualifiers. So hopefully we'll see if DX can start cooking up some crazy stuff here once again, because DX has been a very long time ago. I hope DX isn't going anywhere anytime soon. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.